Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Studio Central's Friday live art demonstration. Coming at you here from Upbeat Artworks. You can see some artwork behind me. I'll just give you a little bit of background so you know where we're at. We are Artbeat Studio. We are a not-for-profit registered charity, and we really believe in the healing power of art. We really strive to create community and space for people to work through anything related to mental health, but in a creative and positive way. So at Artbeat, we have a residency program that's 6 months where people can come, have free studio space, work through their artistic practice, and just be creative. Another component, we also have Studio Central. Studio Central is located in Portage Place Shopping Center where we are, second floor just past the Dollarama. This is a space that's a community art space where you can come on daily Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday and have space to work on art, to connect with people on a creative level, and to talk to other artists and help to foster your own creative endeavors. And then we're here. So behind me, you can see I got a painting on either side of me. This is called Upbeat Artworks. This is our social enterprise where we showcase all of the art from people who've gone through the Artbeat Studio residency program. So much variety from ceramics, paintings, mixed media, prints, books. Just a wealth of art and creativity is flowing from this space. And it's so cool to be here every day and to work here every day. And it's just really nice to be here with you to do an art demonstration. So today we are going to be doing some resin pouring. I'm not super familiar with it, but I know we're working with pieces that have already been created, and we're going to show you the process of pouring resin. Kate, she's going to facilitate this, so she'll talk more about this process. Again, I have no clue what's going to happen, so I'm kind of excited. I heard fire is involved. There might be flames, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to flip this around and we'll get started. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Doing good. Almost ready. My daughter Matra is here, Ollie is here, and Megan is going to join later. This is Corey.
Hi. Corey, Megan in the background, they'll be joining us when they have their pieces ready.
It's something that I'm not that good at yet. I'm in the process still, understanding and getting there. And I have several pieces that I wanted to resin. Then Mary has her own that she painted. James has his, and Ollie has a very beautiful piece produced at Studio Central. Yes. And then Megan will join us with some time. What I have here is already resin. It has a layer. Actually, it's 2 layers of resin. And it's recommended to work in layers if you want to build up a little bit more without having trouble. But I never tried actually pouring a very thick layer, and this one was done with a glove. It was not a pour. It was done with a glove, and at the end of this, I actually went with a glove and did a little boo-boo. So I want to put more resin.
Cool. So this has a layer of resin.
It has 2 layers, but these are layers that were poured.
Okay.
But the edges were done with a glove.
And
so
this one?
This one is done with a glove too. So
okay.
It's basically taking a glove and smudging resin instead of pouring it.
Okay.
And this is what comes out of it.
And you can see, look at this sort of finish on it. You get this really gorgeous finish with resin. It really.
So there is experience with several different applications. So this would be a pour, but also we have gloves to work in, and we could always, some pieces are good to just resin with a glove. You don't have to pour resin for that. But if you want to make a thicker layer, and also recommended that layer is super shiny, is to not touch it at all. As the least you can go with. I have a black cat at home. His hair is everywhere. I try my hardest, and I still cover my resin works, and I can still find hair in it afterwards. So
That's so funny.
We have good light here, so
Yeah.
we have all that. So the basic tool is a toothpick right here,
Okay.
but also we have these ones. So this tool can be used to pick up out little pieces, hair if it goes inside, or like dust or whatever you can see. These are for mixing. I was ordering sushi some time ago, so I just did not use this.
Yeah. Cool.
And this is what is available for coasters, but it does not have to be a coaster. I can just make a piece that goes for, I'll see. So this is for pouring in the mold.
Yeah.
Molds can be different than you can find resin molds in Walmart, resin molds on Amazon. So this is a set of 3 that I got. So we can look at that. And also I got cups. Both of these work. So we can use either or depending on the size. I find these are more stable, but it might be, I don't know. We'll try both.
And the cups are for mixing?
It's for mixing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cups.
Then the gloves I get are from, oops, sorry. The gloves I get are from Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
So they say powder-free exam gloves, but they are latex.
Yeah.
I would not buy anything else except like this is what is recommended. So I do not really know what's inside, or I mean, I don't go by that. I just know that this is a recommendation. So
Yeah.
these are the ones that fit hand really well.
Cool.
So you can try it on.
And this is just to protect your hand from the chemical, the resin itself.
Yes. So let's see if that works for you. So everyone gets a pair of gloves.
Gloves.
Look who else is joining us.
Ooh.
Oh,
Join the group.
awesome. So everyone gets gloves.
Thank you.
Gloves.
HR is putting some gloves on.
1, 2, 1, 2. Everyone got gloves?
And they're a fashion statement as much as they are clubs.
And we got more. So
Good.
sometimes we need to change gloves. Be prepared, have some garbage right near you. So in case if you throw garbage away, I think it's good to put like a plastic bag inside.
Sure.
So maybe I will use this and put it inside. So whatever we throw out does not get on the box, because this way it's easier. Okay, so this would be our real garbage container. There we go.
Here's a lesson on how to put gloves on.
Yeah.
So they
Okay,
just.
toothpicks are proper because we want to go through and see if there is anything that, if it goes in resin, we will have time to take pieces out. Okay, everyone got it?
No.
That wasn't sound. Wasn't loud. That was awesome.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. Second one's better.
And now we are all prepared to
Now we're
be
In the OR.
Yes.
We're not wearing masks though.
We're all gloved.
Wow.
Well, resin, this resin is a good one. It does not have smell
Oh,
too
good.
much.
Good.
It says caution, attention, irritant, but it's like as least as you can touch it. Just
Yeah.
good to know.
Hence the
Don't
gloves.
eat it, don't
Yeah.
get it in your eyes.
Yeah.
And bare hands, it does not.
You don't want it on your hands. I have accidentally had had it on my hands, and it takes a long time to get off. It is
Yes.
not easy to wash with
Yeah.
water. If you do get it on your hands, hopefully it's just a little bit, but if you do get a fair bit on your hands, it will take you some time to clean off. Yes.
Hence the gloves.
Yes.
Just using the gloves, and even with the gloves, you want to touch your piece, try not to, if you can, because it gets on your hands and it just does not feel good. Even if it's cured the next day, not completely cured, just try to avoid touching. So what I got here is tabletop and art epoxy resin. I bought this one from Walmart online. So there is an option. Amazon is a good option, and Walmart online is a good option. And this one is a new classic resin. The torch I will be using is from Art Resin website on Amazon. Not website, but they sell it from Amazon. And I watched the video from Art Resin company.
Have you used our resin yet?
Uh,
Not
I,
yet. Have you used our resin yet?
Art Resin, yes. Yeah. I was using it without the torch.
Yeah.
So what I was doing mostly was just using gloves. And when you use pouring, you really need a torch. So I got the torch for removing bubbles, because otherwise the resin is not clear enough afterwards. Yeah, so this way, we'll talk about the torch a little bit after. So let's start with this resin. Recommendation is 5 minutes of mixing.
Okay.
Contrary to the other one we're using, it was 2 minutes. This one recommendation is 5 minutes. So we need someone with a watch.
Watch.
Awesome.
Ollie's official timer.
So everyone gets
A cup.
2 cups. 2 cups. 2, 2, and 2. Okay.
We're gonna share.
So let's do it like half a cup and then mix it. Oh, the weather got
I
to
know.
us. We just got
I start
instantly
sniffling as soon as
colder.
I'm outside.
Oh.
Yeah, with the cold.
Okay, so this piece is actually already in the store. I hope it turns out good. It's not just fixing, I wanted additional layer to protect it as well. This one, we'll wait until it's completely cured. Okay, so everyone gets, let's do half a cup of each and then put them together and mix them together.
Okay.
And then we will see how it goes. So whatever we have is just cups for now. And that should be enough for your piece. If it's not enough, we could always make more. Peter, do you want to drink something?
I don't have any.
The only thing I have is my cup. It's sweet. You know.
Are there any more cups anywhere by chance? If not, that's okay.
I don't have
That's
any
okay.
more. But it should be enough for your
Yeah.
pieces.
For both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more than enough. Because
I'm
in
used
your
to doing
case,
resin differently.
yeah.
I'm used to making resin pieces. I've never covered anything in resin, so I'm excited to do this.
Okay. Awesome. So the part A and part B. The
Okay.
epoxy resin is great because we do not need any additional tools for it. We do not need a lamp. It cures by itself. The light does not really matter unless it's too sunny. It's recommended for some resins, like all resins, to not put it in direct sun when it's curing. I think it's not recommended. So it's good to do it with good lighting for another reason, because you want to take the pieces out that can be stuck inside, but it's not affecting resin's curing. Definitely the worst part is Ace's hair that is flying everywhere in my place. And it's stuck. So I'm not sure I can remove this right away because I need something to use it, so it's on the top. So that's why I'm starting first, and I will use wet wipes if I have any hair stuck to my gloves. So I will just start with part A, and I pour, it's quite thick.
So that's part A you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have the glasses measurements. So it's easier to start with part A because you have the measurement in the bottom.
Yeah.
Right? But I want half. And then it's good to know how much it is. And then I can do the same thing with the hardener.
This is
And the
B.
hardener is more liquid, so it's easier to match it.
Yeah, and it's equal amounts, right? So it's like,
Yeah, so I want to be, I want to make an equal amount of,
yeah,
because this one is 1 and 1. So I have more of this, and I need to add more A.
yeah.
And this is a lot of resin, so it's basically pour a lot of it,
Yeah.
right? So 1/2 a glass.
Honey,
Well, listen, it's okay.
Part A. I need the part A. Thank you.
No, I want to put a little bit because there's too much. So now I can't measure.
With resin, if it's not equal, it would be really hard to mix it nice and it does not cure really well. So we want to make sure it looks good to me.
Okay.
Can I give somebody a little bit of this resin because if I don't get rid of it, I will not be able to measure equal amounts.
So be careful when you pour the resin by itself because the hardener is more liquid, it's easier.
Yeah.
But resin that is part A is
Thank
very,
you.
very thick. Okay?
Thank you.
Right on.
All right, so I got mine. Okay.
Which one is?
So the part A, it says A on it.
Okay, A is the
resin,
thicker one, right?
and B is the harder. So we want equal amount. Some resins are not like that. They say 75% and 25%, whatever.
Yeah.
1 and 1/3 of
Yeah.
one of hardener and then resin would be.
And those ones are annoying. Don't buy those. No, I'm kidding. Go for it.
That depends. If resin is not really fresh, not
Yeah.
new, it would be a problem.
It's hard to get it to
Very
cure.
hard to get it. Yeah.
Sometimes it just won't. And if you get it, if you get the measurement off, it may never cure and it'll probably stay tacky. Sometimes
That's,
it'll be liquidy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know that that has been an issue with some artists, like where you use resin. I did a little resin pour the jewelry, and like the jewelry was like 3 weeks, and it was still
Yeah.
tacky.
It was not the new product. I got it from.
Like one was fine. One piece I did was totally fine and hardened and like good,
Yeah.
but the other one was just, remember, it was still tacky even after it's still.
Future lamp and everything, so it could be
Yeah.
that resin is just not as fresh and you bought it from
Yeah.
someone who kept it for longer than needed. Because if it's not new and not nice, it would be really, really hard to
Yeah.
actually, make it work. It's not so good. Okay, and you got the sticks. Okay, I will throw these gloves away.
Okay, now I'm going to. Yeah.
It's harder to tell with those. Yeah. Because it doesn't, it's not like.
Which one did we use? This is the one we didn't do.
no, we need B.
You need this one?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to tell?
I don't see it.
So this process is not as satisfying as it could be because this part A is very thick and it's really hard to
Yeah.
actually get it out.
Yeah, that's why
sometimes.
you don't necessarily always see how much you've put in because it keeps going and it's,
Right.
yeah, that was the problem I had.
Okay, so you have
Pass me
any
the bee.
small-
Oh, you
Yeah,
do the bee first.
we all need beef.
Yes.
Okay, so try to not touch any of that. And what we want to do after we did our pouring, make sure nothing is on the bottle. If it's on the bottle, take a wet wipe and remove it because it would not cure, because it's not worked up with anything. So we need to use wet wipes to remove all resin off the bottle, otherwise it would be really hard to use it afterwards because it would be all taffy and you would not want to even take it anywhere. So let's say after we're all done, I would say you got, yeah, more of this. Okay, so let's take wet wipes, and whatever you see here that is not looking good, let's remove as much as we can so it does not go on clothes or let's try our best to remove it.
You can definitely smell it now.
Yes,
No.
it's
And
definitely.
it's the one that has no smell.
I know. So the one when I first used resin, I used the stuff that was like scented.
Yes.
And
yeah.
wow, it just goes right into you. I was like,
See, that's why I like to use the Illuminate because I find that it doesn't have that as much. But typically, I usually get the white resins. So with white resin, it's not for putting over clear things. It's for mixing things into it.
oh, okay.
Or having things pop through it. And with that one, it can dry within, or it can cure within 5 minutes. It's just a heat reaction. So that's a little bit different
so this is B hardener and this is A resin. So I will do one more. Ace is here. Okay, so I just need to close it now. And make sure it's wiped again. So yeah, I don't want to, like after we're done and I'm taking it home, I don't want my bag to be resin.
Yeah.
It will never cure, it will be sticky and going to garbage right away.
Yeah.
So let's say I don't want that to happen. I don't want my hands to touch it too. So let's do the best we can to remove it. Okay. There we go. So I think we're done with resin and let's put it somewhere else so it does not go either way. But I would never put it on a counter.
Yeah.
I would not. So let's take something like a wet wipe again.
Put it on top. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
there. So this way it would not get anything else affected. There. There we go.
Perfect.
Okay, so this part is good. Okay, let's move further. I need gloves again. And you can keep your gloves on if you did not get, because I was wiping the bottle so
Yeah.
the resin does not go down, because if it goes down, it's a little bit harder to remove.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on a glove instead. Okay. All right. Gloves. So I want to work with nice feeling, not feeling tacky or anything. I don't want to get sticky. Okay. We are moving forward.
Okay.
All right, so again, buying sushi has its benefits.
I was like, what? Like, that's so random.
There,
But I
we
get
have
it.
the sticks.
I see it.
I'm going. I'm just going.
Okay, so it says mix for 5 minutes. So
Okay.
I would put the liquid part that is more liquid on top.
Okay.
And then I would start mixing it. You can do it directly with your hands if you want to.
Or use a chopstick.
Oh, yours. Oh, yep. There you go.
And we got a timer going?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, everyone stir. So now literally you can see Kate stirring, I'm stirring. We just stir this mixture of resin.
I'm leaving this here because after I stir it, I'm going to pour it back in this glass and stir it again, so it would be used the rest. So I'm just stirring. So stirring helps to remove some of the bubbles, but it will not remove all of them completely.
So thick.
It
It
is.
is, yeah.
That's why I started a little bit early because I have to go slow with it because it just hurts.
Tapioca, anyone?
Yeah.
All right, so while we are doing that, I know it's a boring process by itself. I would talk a little bit about our shopping. We did some shopping with James
We did.
in Home Depot.
Oh yeah.
So we got the propane tank for the torch.
So this is what I was saying earlier. Like there are some flames involved with this. So literally, we have a propane tank. We have a igniter, and it creates a flame, and then something happens.
We're going to
Torches can be different, and when I was going for buying something like that, I would buy something that is the best. So it would go for all art, not just smaller pieces. So I bought the art resin torch. The propane torch, it's thicker. It's not as small as butane torches, and butane ones, as I know, the flames are smaller. So I got it for all projects, whichever size it is. It was a little bit scary, I can confess.
I've had a torch in my craft room at my mom's for a decade and a half, and I've not used it because I've been terrified of getting propane, and because I've never had anybody do this in front of me. So I'm excited today because that means we're probably gonna take a drive over to Home Depot and buy some propane,
jeez.
and propane accessories, all that jazz. That's just what we're doing. Yes, I'm a dork.
Wow.
Yes,
You put
right?
that
I
in the
did, I
okay.
did.
That's been done already. You cannot take it off. No.
I'll tell you what.
Okay. It's hard. So I just change hands for mixing.
Yeah.
I would not, 5 minutes is a lot.
It
It is a lot.
You can see
2
how you
minutes, I have no patience for that. And then 5 minutes.
can really see how.
Now.
3 minutes. Oh
okay,
wow.
2 more.
You can really see how gummy or how thick it is when they go like this.
That's the benefit
Yeah.
of the white resin, the quick cure, is that you only have about 30 seconds to a minute to stir it, because if you stop if you keep stirring it, it will harden in your cup. So that's the one thing to be careful. If you depends on your pace. If you're like the get her done, you want to use that. If you're slow, steady, and you're good with if you have hands that can handle this is a good route to go.
Yeah. My hand is getting tired. Wow. This is.
And you
We're
know
in it.
what? You don't know how much of a muscle you can get from making art, right? Especially pottery on a wheel.
Exactly.
I
Oh,
mean,
that's
a lot
yeah.
of power you need to use there.
And you want hand whisked yolks and.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I made hollandaise from scratch the other day, so I was
Love
whisking
hollandaise.
the yolks.
Yeah. They didn't used to have
Okay.
Crack.
Ah.
How are we doing for time?
Oh, we're at 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Whoa. Oh, 3 more seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I'm stirring the cup instead of the stick.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Work smart, not hard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. I will say when we first poured it was foggy, and now it looks very clear.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, so
That's
I
5
guess
minutes.
Ooh, 5 minutes.
we could pour it in this cup where we started from.
Back in the other cup.
Yeah. And you know what? Whatever is left here, we could use it afterwards. That's why I have 2 pieces. The first one would be a pour, and the second one I could just smash the leftovers from the resin with a glove. That's what I am going for. And then we could mix it a little bit again. But it's the hardener that we added a little tiny bit, so we have more and it's curing. I want it to cure, I don't want it to be sticky or tacky at the end. Okay. Okay. Let's say it's good, and we have where to put the stick. We have another cup. So it will go down, and then we'll use it for something else. So I will start with, okay, let's keep this here for now.
Okay.
I will start with this piece. I want to make sure there is no hair on my gloves or anywhere close. And if hair falls into it, we got the toothpicks, we got tools to take them out, but we will need to look at it. We got covers. This piece I'm not going to cover at all. This piece is actually a little bit different because this was absolutely and completely well, when we talk about awareness, we do not talk about all kinds of awareness sometimes. So this is awareness, but it's completely inner resources. It's not thinking of an upward kind. So let's say it's all thinking that goes into action right away. It does not go to your head. So this was this type of feeling, thinking, goal, let's say, that do not, yeah, so it's intuitive but not connected to the future. It's, let's say it's intuition too, but it's, some people would say reading the past or reading what's going on, right? I would say it's something that happened, we know about that, but we don't need to think about that because it will not help, because some things are not to be explained, not to be thought of. So they go out directly into an art piece, and there it goes somewhere else, but it does not get to your head at all. So this is this kind of piece, and the process of decorating it or putting resin on top is a part of the process. So putting it in the store and putting resin after it, it's one of the things that are not excluded from the process. Okay, let's do it.
So this is what we do. So now, so what are you doing right now? You're taking the resin,
I'm just pouring it.
you're just pouring it. Hence, pouring resin. Wow.
We're getting to the main event.
This is the main event, folks.
All right.
So I guess I can pour on my piece.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
At the same time, so we don't, yeah. And then we have the craft sticks that are not even like flat, but we could use this. And we could use the tools. So I'm keeping a little tiny bit left here, so that would go for a second piece. And then some people say it's good to use square, right? We could use just a stick like this, it would work too. The main thing, would just even it up.
It definitely sort of fills in its own gaps, you know, as I'm pouring it, sort of like bleeding together.
Yeah, plus consider that resin, it's not as liquid, it would no go to the sides if you don't put it on the sides.
And then you just sort of push it around.
Yeah, just with the tool you choose, it doesn't have to be this exact tool. It's playing around, I'd say,
Yeah.
whatever works for you.
Huh? What's a child? It's a child.
I know.
And then this is the piece that you can rotate. You can rotate it and
Like you can get it on the side, that's good.
And I do not pour too much, and also this piece is a bit different because it was a little bit in. So the sides are thicker, and I also lifted the sides with what I made. So some sand can be still not covered completely because it was decorative sand with gravel. But again, I say it's good to work with layers.
Yeah.
Layer, then another layer, and then it cures the right way. Okay, it's here. And when you're going to perfections, probably you want to make several pieces before. I'm not going for any perfection. Just doing something. Okay. Okay.
I'm having some of my resins kind of dripping down the sides. Is that okay?
Yep.
Well, what I do usually, I take a glove and like I just even it up with the glove. So if it happens, just remove it because otherwise it would be stuck to paper and it would be a little bit of a problem.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And then what I could do with the sides, I could paint them over. So again, when we talk about resin, I do not go to the perfection talking about everything, because some things are not to be spoken about until you try them by yourself. You still go through the process of trying, right? So you go through this, okay, I tried this, it did not work, and this is the way it stops, it doesn't go over. I keep it intuitive rather than describing that. Okay, we're good here. Make sure that the hair is not there. And then we could
Unless you want to use that as part of your piece.
Totally, totally. Mixed media.
Yeah.
I do not want aces.
Yes.
So I will just put this cup and pour it. And then I can always work with layers. So I can make the first layer here, paint something on it, and then put another layer of resin. That's what will be in this little square. Okay. Okay, I think we can take the gloves off if you're done with it, but go with the gloves around.
Right.
Make sure that there are no drops on the side.
I didn't exactly get them on the side, I got them underneath.
Yeah, that's where you want to be careful.
In this case, I would use the wipe under.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably the wipe. Here.
Is it
It's okay, we'll go home and practice this so that you see.
This is so cool.
Isn't it awesome?
So I ended up, because with this piece I'm working on, this green, this tealy part is actually set in. It's quite deep. So that whole, it's flat now, but it's
Yeah.
filled with the resin.
That's fun.
That's neat.
And this is what is fun with sand. It is cracking, it is going through some natural processes
Yeah, yeah.
together with paint, so it's fun to see it, what happens to it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the piece is right there. The torch, if you see something, it's easier to see afterwards, after we're done with the torch, because it will be clear, not as foggy. Okay.
So you can see Maytar, great. You can just see that nice, beautiful, glossy finish. So when it dries, it stays glossy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a nice look. Gives it like a real a professional look.
Yeah, that's true. I've never done this before.
I know.
Okay, so this part is going to garbage because it has resin on it. And then we got the torch. So this is what it comes in. And I can keep it there, but here's the torch by itself.
Oh yeah.
It does not have the peel piece, and it was on when I first tried it. And I took it off because it burnt myself when I was taking it out. I took it too early. So the propane torch is easier to operate than, I don't know, maybe butane is simpler for some, but it's a different process. Well, I'm showing just what I know.
Yeah.
I do not know too much.
So this is the piece that goes.
So this is the piece that goes on the propane tank. It's from Art Resin. It's called Artist Propane Torch Head with wide angle flame attachment. Okay,
And then we have
and
the
we have the tank.
tanks. These are just these small tanks. You can get them from, we picked this up at Home Depot, or no, Canadian Tire.
Canadian Tire?
Yeah. And
Oh, it was Canadian
How much was
Tire.
that one?
it was
It was a
four,
set of 3 or 4?
3 or 4, but it was like $30.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so not too bad. But you would see this, normally you would have this attached to like a camping stove.
Yeah.
But for this class, it will be attached to a fiery gun attachment.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it's very simple when it's already taken once at least and put back. But the first time it was really hard to take this piece off, but you take it off with a little bit of power. Second time it just gets off.
Pops off, yeah.
So it just gets off.
So you uncork the
And then-
propane, then I can see you're screwing that head onto it. You want to make sure it's on nice and tight.
Take some time. Okay, here we go.
So it's on, okay.
Okay, so
Look at
we want to make sure.
Well, she pointed it straight at me. I'm just backing up, you know?
There you go.
We want to make sure that it's on minus, not plus.
Okay.
And I got confused
Mm.
and I pressed the igniter and it started going on when I was putting
Oh
it
my
on.
Goodness.
Oh. So it was a little bit good. I did it outside again.
Yeah.
Don't do it inside the first time, do it outside. So for me, it works when this piece is here, because it does not go on the way, or it could be here. It doesn't really matter, just that it does not let me operate the way I want to. I don't know, maybe if I put it here, it makes sense. I did not figure this part out. So anyway, I put it on a little bit, not much, and press the igniter.
And boom.
And then I don't want a big flame, maybe something like that. And just go over all the bubbles are going away. I don't want to hold it too close. Maybe I need it again. I don't want it to burn, right? Again, I'm not a professional. I just started. And start. Don't make it really burn the same. So, again, I do see the bubbles at the left, or I just look and I see, and I don't like the smell.
It is a good idea if it's in the summer, do it, you know, with an open
Outside,
window or outside.
So, I'll do it again.
It doesn't take too long to clear that.
Cool. Now, does this flame end up like drying the resin faster?
There you go.
And you kind of see bubbles. You want to get closer because you see a lot of bubbles there, and they do not go away for some reason because they are too underneath. Because this piece is the depth. It's the deepest. So this part is good, this part is good.
Yeah.
So my recommendation would be probably not to make a layer too thick because it would be harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phew.
And James, just to answer your question, this does not make it cure faster. It does, however, prevent the bubbles from continuing to pop up.
Right.
So there are resins that you can cure with UV light. You know, like those like little nail
Yes.
It's
curing
still
things.
resin.
You
Yeah.
can do that. There are ones that you can cure it in different ways. This does not, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so the torch does not do it. It just removes bubbles. They go up naturally.
Cool.
Part of them is burned. You don't want to burn it. So I burned it a little tiny bit in the center, but it did not get to the very bottom, so that's okay.
Cool.
That's okay. Do not worry about that. So do you want to look at it? Just look from the side. Do not go on top of it because we don't want the hair to fall. Do you want to come and look for a second?
Just smooth
Yeah.
glass.
So you see, it's not bubbly. It's not. So you want to remove the bubbles, but you do not really want to get too close to it. And whatever works for you, I did not put it on high. I put it on low.
Yeah.
So I'm still working to get to feel it more rather than what I'm doing right now. Because it's fourth time I'm doing that, I guess.
Cool.
So it's not much. I do not have much experience. So this is what I can share from what I know. Who wants to try?
I'll try. Let's see. All right. So
So
you
I
said just a
already
light
turned
one.
it a little
So I
bit.
do
Again,
this?
without the gloves, I don't want it to be sticky
Oh yes. Sorry.
because it will be hard to remove the
All
resin.
right.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do yours for you too?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I just
Yeah,
we're
just
good
press
here?
the igniter. No, just open it a little
Oh,
bit.
is that
So from the plus
to the minus, you said, or no, to the plus?
to the plus. There, it starts
Is that,
glowing.
is that enough?
Careful
Yeah.
with the paper on the table.
Yes. So we're gonna, can I pass this to you? Thank you, and then,
That's okay, it does not go that far.
there we go. Sit on it for a little bit.
Ooh.
You see a lot of that?
So don't get too close to it.
Standing maybe. This way you do not go too close to it.
You can see the bubbles going. That is so cool. You don't want to, like, these are smaller pieces and they're not as raised, so that makes me a little nervous because I don't want to touch the paper and I can't really see it. So
Ooh.
that look right?
Yeah, should be all right. Yeah, should be good enough. To the minus.
Oh, it's not the minus. Oh, that's the minus. So the one thing, just from trial and error there, I would recommend trying to raise your piece from a table that is covered in paper.
Yeah.
Because I was a little nervous there.
Sweet.
That was fun though. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I'm scared of the fire. I've set too many fires.
Okay, so I just set it a little bit more. Yeah, to the left.
Behind you, Kate.
That's enough. That's enough for now. For the first time, maybe.
Okay.
And you just press on the igniter. Yeah. Press. There. Make it smaller so it's more comfortable. Take it. I don't want to burn myself. Oh, very good. Not too close to canvas, but even if it goes in flames, but it doesn't go to the very bottom,
Right.
it's okay. Don't worry, it happens. Okay?
I don't know how close it's
I think I can actually see the resin reacting right now.
Yeah.
From that distance, you can see it.
I don't want to go too close.
And like,
You can actually see it's hitting. It's actually hitting it.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
We don't want to overheat resin too, so we're not putting too much work onto each
Oh, look,
area.
all the bubbles are going.
Holy crap, they all just left.
All the bubbles disappeared.
They just awesome.
Yes. Perfect.
Good.
Done. I can tell.
How do you
it's
turn this
to the right, to the very right. There you go.
Perfect.
Good. Yay.
Good work.
bravo.
No doubt.
Okay.
Ollie.
I'm not touching that. You're gonna watch the video later and I'm gonna be in the background with a horrified expression.
Here, I'll try.
I'm scared of fire.
Okay.
I'll
be stay back.
It's like not raised.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch.
I've
Oh,
set
right,
a
this is
couple
the one
fire
small.
cracks before. I'm worried with that.
I've set things on fire before in class.
When was the last time you got to barbecue your own art?
So which way was
Well, actually,
So it is on minus right now, so it goes left a little bit. You can hear it usually.
Whoa, that's kind
A little bit, yeah. There, it's good.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
It's really cool just watching all the bubbles get gradually disappear. I guess.
That is just science we don't understand yet.
That's
Oh my god, it looks amazing now. So smooth.
Good. Yeah. I like her up.
Right, to the right. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so it's enough time for
Ollie, that's
me.
awesome.
Yours is amazing.
It just goes.
thank you for.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
on this one especially, you can see it.
There we go.
Okay, right on.
Okay, so what we want to do, I never found videos of how to actually put the cap off and on.
Okay.
Because everyone thinks it's like so obvious, but it's not. Some people do not know how to put it on and off. So I'm showing it in the video as
Thank
well.
you for that. I'm
Okay.
going to go back to that.
Okay, taking it off.
Yeah.
Do not touch this part until it's completely cooled down. because you can burn yourself.
Right, it's hot.
And there is a little piece that I took off because if it's on, don't get scared. That's good.
Too late
Boom.
for that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I will put it somewhere so it doesn't scare you anymore.
Yes. Arch that's scared.
Yeah.
Cowering.
Okay.
We've all been successfully traumatized by our art workshop today.
Okay, we can do our best to not let anything bad into our art piece. I'm leaving it open. This piece can do that.
Yeah.
It can go for a small piece. It can go for a bigger piece. But if you want to actually cover this, go to Dollarama, get a huge tray for making turkey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It does not fit on this size, but if you put something underneath
Yeah.
on the sides, it would keep it up, so it would cover it.
That's smart.
I'm not even covering it. You know why? Because our store is nice and clean.
Yes.
And I just dusted
The
earlier
dust
today.
is not
so-
enough to get in until it cures, so it's
Yeah.
supposed to cure fast enough.
Yeah.
Okay, next step is toothpicks. So we're going through everything and look if you have anything in your piece that you want to take out. If you see something, then with these pieces, I would put them on a wet wipe or something that they are on, because this way it would be stuck to paper, unless you want to cut out paper later. Because this way I would not keep them on tape.
On here, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's see. What can we do with this? We could actually put them on top of something,
We could take the garbage out of here and use this.
but I'm still using, or you can put it inside this instead. Yeah,
Okay.
instead of covering it, just put it inside.
Yours?
Or you
No.
or maybe
Yours
just
on
raise it
top.
and put it on
Oh.
top, yeah. Or another option is a plastic bag.
Mm-hmm.
That is easier to peel off. But let's do this. Just put it on top and yeah.
Nice. So now we'll find a home for it to set.
So I'm thinking about evenness. So it needs to be even.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the resin will go on one side.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you have the bigger art.
Oh, you're
You can take two of this, maybe,
I know.
or maybe just wet wipes. Just use wet wipes to put it on, and
Yeah.
Okay.
it will be simpler.
That'll work.
So I will show the rest,
What-
unless someone else wants to try.
That's a good plan.
Who have not tried hand smudging yet? Resin that you have, you just spread it out with a glove.
Oh, no, I didn't do
Who,
that.
you did not do the burn it stays, so you want to try that? So you can wear gloves again.
No fire.
No fire. So we can this is an experimental piece, so it's not ready yet. I can move from resin, put something on top of resin when it's completely cured and go
Yeah.
up, so it would be raised a little bit more. So what I wanted to do is to take the leftovers from resin right here,
Cool.
put them on a glove,
And then just spread it with.
and
Spread it with the glove,
So
yeah.
this is what you can do with rocks. Instead of pouring, you can just spread it. So it's convenient, let's say. So we can just remove all this. So it's basically, I will wear gloves too. Just a second. I'm looking for gloves now. Where did they go?
Oh, I put them down there.
Oh.
I'm hiding them.
I was just looking at the wet wipes and completely just missed the gloves, even though they were bigger and, I don't know.
Okay, so now what I want to do is to, okay, it's basically mixed resin that is on the sticks. The sticks will go to garbage, right? So, oh, shoot, no, don't do it. So I basically take it like this on a glove. So whatever you have leftovers, so this is what we can use. So I basically just smudged it. Yeah. So instead of spilling,
nice.
just like that. But it can be very minimal, like this would be enough to resin several rocks, quite a bit of rocks.
Yeah.
So instead of showing it on the rock, I could actually show it on the rock. We have one rock there. Let me just look.
I'll just throw this paint.
Just finish up, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Cool.
So
Looks like
this
we're doing
rock
some mess.
already has resin on it, but I can put another layer. So this is one of the easiest versions. But then with rocks, you don't want to put them on paper, you don't want to put them on anything here. So I'm planning to put it on top of Ollie's cover.
Right on, thanks.
Nature,
Thank
can
you,
you
Corey.
help me with that cover? Can you put it on top of Ollie's piece? I'll just put it on top. Go around, there is a
Looks like you're
round
casting a spell, Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just put it on top of Ollie's piece.
I don't know, I think
It doesn't fit, it's too small.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
We can
Okay,
put
so
this
I
on
will
top.
use this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, just put it, bring it here. There you go.
There we go.
Okay, can you put this one
I think there's
here?
people over at.
And I will just keep the rock on top. Okay. So anything like that, plastic, it works. And I got leftovers of resin. You know, whatever is on the table, do you think we can do something with it? We can. Because we could basically put them in this tray. Whatever is left over goes in this little coaster.
Oh, nice. Making a coaster.
And I'm not worrying about how it looks like because I'm going to paint something and then add more resin to it. So it does not have to be. So it will cure by itself. One part of resin that is A is powered by part B. It starts working instantly. So what I want to do is to make a layer. The bubbles do not matter to me. So if I need to zap the bubbles here, I do not need to do it in this case because it's going to be painted. So that's the whole difference. Again, bubbles prevent resin from being clear. So this resin would not dry as clear because of that. And I'm not using a torch on that one, but with smaller pieces like that, there are several things that we can do. So one of the things we can do, I never tried the small things like straws. Some people blow with a straw. Some people use hair dryer for smaller areas. Some people use toothpicks. So if you want to
Oh, I'd
just
like to
take
pop the
a
bubbles.
toothpick, it's a huge piece for a toothpick because it's good for, like, let's say a tiny jewelry piece. That would be good. For this piece, it can take forever. So I'm risking to take the torch again. No, I'm not risking. I don't want to do that. I'm not sure because I never tried to use it in, probably is okay from a distance, I would say, but I never tried doing that. So that doesn't go on the video anyway. Okay, so anyway, this would be painted and then it would be a top resin layer and we'll see what happens.
I realize there's a little piece of hair in mine.
Yeah, every single piece of garbage goes there and we will need to kind of gather all that from the sides, and I might take gloves on again and use something around the side,
Cool.
or maybe resin several rocks
Yeah.
that we have painted, or we might paint several rocks and resin them with the leftovers.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Danger. We overcame. Love it. That was good. That was awesome. So I'll just do a little outro. Okay, so that was pouring resin with Kate here at Upbeat Artworks with friends. Kate with friends, and had a really good time. It actually doesn't smell too bad. It does have a scent.
This one
But it's not too bad.
It's more of the torch.
Yeah.
And the propane
Yeah, like that sort of burning smell. Yeah. So, yes, as you can see in the video, there are some components to this that can be dangerous. So definitely see how we put the gun on top of the tank. So you do it properly. Always practice. Kate, we know what we're doing here today, so we're able to do it inside. And as Megan suggested, go outside and do this. That just helps to help the situation.
Make sure it's not too windy.
And make sure it's not too windy. Yeah, right on.
And not snowing.
So yeah, not snowing. So we will be here again next week, and we'll be doing our Friday live demos for Studio Central. So what we're actually going to do is later we will post pictures from today's workshop. So just to get a better sense of like what we've actually been working on, so you can see some of those products. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching today. It's always a pleasure to be here. Always so thankful for our artistic community. It's just something that I believe in and I think is so vibrant. And Artbeat has done such a great job in fostering this creative community. So I just want to thank everyone and all of you for watching with us today. So I'll just flip this around. Bye, everyone.